Let's get live here. I don't know what's going on. Oh, hey, Rod. What's up, cuz? All right. I see you. All right. Let's see here. Something wrong. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to do my thing. Good morning, my children of the sun. Welcome to the Open Eye. I'm your host, Third Eye Optometrist, Patrice Gibbs, right here on WHGE 95.3 FM. That's right, the education advocacy station. Because we educate and we advocate for our people. We're trying to do it over here. Oh, you can call me if you got the nerve. Our phone number is 844-944-3953. Go ahead and call on in. What's going on in the world? Hey, Vaughn. Hey. All right. And like I said, I see your cousin Rod. Let's see who else is in here. Sucky. What we got there? Who that? Hey, what's up? All right. We on the show. Let's see here. There's something I wanted to check out. What was it? Oh, me. Okay. All right. Hey, Sherry. Cousin Sherry in the house. Cousin Rod in the house. All right. Hey, tomorrow will be a Peace and Justice March. A march against police brutality. The march begins at Kingswood Community Center, 2300 Bauer Street, here in Wilmington, Delaware, at 3 p.m. And it will go to Rodney Square Rally, 1000 Market Street. We all know where Rodney Square is. That's where. What's this? Okay. I'm getting. I got a text message here. What's up? All right. Big ups, brother. All right. Like I said, rally tomorrow, 3 p.m. is sponsored by INAC, NAACP, DETV Channel 28, DRJC, and Not Just a Protest Care Community LLC. That's tomorrow at 3. All right. Come on out and join the people. Hey. Let me ask you something. Did you know that Africa is the only continent rooted in the ground? All other continents float. Africa is also the only continent that has kept its megafauna preserved, meaning it's, how can I tell you this? It's plant life, it's animal life, you know. Africa also has more natural resources than any other continent on the planet. Think about that. More natural resources than any other continent on the planet. Of course, our motherland is amazing, and its history goes well beyond the slave trade. Okay, of course, they don't teach you that in school. And one of the reasons that Africa, is under so much pressure from outsiders, Europeans, Asians, and what have you, is because it has more natural resources than any other continent on the planet. Okay, resources that are needed by other what's that? By other entity, other governments, this, that, and the other, who want what Africa has, but don't want to pay for it. African countries, listen. Listen to the president of Rwanda. Listen to the historic words of my namesake, Patrice Lumumba. Listen to Marcus Garvey. Africa for Africans. I'm Patrice Gibbs. This is the Open Eye. Joining me in the studio, my partner in consciousness.
Good morning, everybody.
Our intellectual surgeon.
Hello, world.
Yes, word. Nsoromma. How you
What's
doing,
up,
brother?
son?
All right. Trying to get it started here, bro.
I see you got something parked outside.
Yeah. My whip's out there.
Yo, alhamdulillah. That's a blessing. That's a blessing.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for all the help you gave me in securing that.
Good.
Yes, indeed, my brother. Saying the early settlers or illegal immigrants is actually harmful.
Say that again.
Saying that the early settlers, the settlers here in America,
right,
saying that they were illegal immigrants is actually harmful because they were not immigrants. They were colonizers. There's a difference. Colonizers came here to take over the land and kill the indigenous people.
Right.
Immigrants are just trying to live a better life. I'm gonna tell you that. I understand why some of our people have a problem with immigration from wherever, but specifically from South America, Central America, and Mexico.
Right.
Okay, because what the white supremacists do is they try to use them as the buffer class.
Buffer class?
Yeah.
Instead of the upper class?
Instead of the upper class.
The buffer class.
The buffer class. What they try to do is they use Hispanic or Latino immigrants, to displace us, to displace black people. Not only that, but some of them fall in the trap. I've seen it during the heyday of the Orange Disasters war on immigrants, where some of these Hispanic immigrants joined with the Orange Disaster against their own best interests.
Right.
Okay. I seen one lady, she did that. Oh, I'm for Trump. Yes, indeed. Bravo Trump, and all this, that, and the other. She forgot that she was an immigrant and the Trump administration deported her ass.
Yeah, they do that on you.
Yeah.
They flip it on you.
Yeah.
And you be who they trying to get rid of.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. I had no sympathy for her either.
You ain't supposed to have some people like that.
How you say Felicia in Spanish?
Felicia.
Oh, bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Adios, Felicia.
Felicio. Gladys, I have to check you out on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed. America is becoming so extreme, right-wing, and proudly uneducated,
right,
that science and objective truth are now considered extreme or liberal propaganda.
But see, that just show you how the media and the actual propaganda can throw a what if into the situation when it's actual fact. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I mean, you have to really be smarter than what's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? This is an individual thinking right now, and they trying to group ties it. You know what I'm saying? So they try to make everybody think like this at this one point, at this one time, and point that way. And if you on your own time and you ain't really going by that, you gonna do what you're doing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Most people that's successful don't have time to listen to that.
Yeah, how about that?
Propaganda. They too busy working and
Right.
being successful.
And trying to live.
Yeah. Making things happen for their families.
That's all right. And it's something that, like you said, they get caught up in the propaganda.
Right.
Okay. I can't remember his last name. I think his first name was Philo, the inventor of TV. Guess what?
What?
He did not allow his children to look at TV.
Of course he didn't.
No. And that's why we call it the idiot box.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of doctors and lawyers like that only give their kids a certain amount of time on the TV and on the game and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. See, we as a people don't do that to our kids. We put them in front of that box and let them absorb all the lies and all the commercials and all the things that make them want to spend all that money up. You know what I'm saying? So
go say that again. All the things that make them want to do what?
Right, spend that money up.
Yeah.
These commercials are designed to make you hungry, to make you want to need something in your life that you really already have in the house already. I mean, this is strategically done for years.
Yes, indeed.
And years.
Understand that.
Years.
Listen to Brother Nsoromma, y'all.
Come on, man.
Understand what he's saying here.
Together, and you got to realize it yourself. It start within self. You got to start saving a little bit of money up. You got to become responsible for yourself.
Yes, indeed.
Be sovereign for yourself. Sovereign means being your own, handling your own business. That's all you do. You're going to do that anyway.
Oh, yeah.
There's nobody going to help you.
No.
Exactly.
No.
The government may say, yeah, I'm going to help you. Then when it's time for you to need help, yo, I can't work my back out. Boom. Go to the government. They give you $2 worth of food stamps. And don't cover nothing in the $99 check a month. How you gonna $79? They making you worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's better to stand on your own too anyway.
Yeah, it is. Now, don't get it wrong. Don't get it mixed here. Right. We understand that there are people that need food stamps. But understand something about food stamps, okay?
Right.
Most black people that go on food stamps do so when they have nowhere else to turn. And it is not a permanent situation. It's just until they get on their feet. Okay? Understand that. It's transitional. It's just until they get on their feet. All right? Now, you have those that, yes, are actually generational on social services. All right? But the majority of those people that are generational on social services, guess what?
What?
They're white people.
Yeah.
And it's become worse since 1980.
And that's statistically.
Yeah.
That's not just us saying that.
No. We have the empirical statistics to back that up.
Right, but they saying now science statistics is lie too.
Oh, yeah. That's why I brought up that first part where I said anything the truth, you tell y'all the truth, and that's considered a liberal propaganda or some mess.
Right, some of the stuff they gonna think, we ain't telling the truth about anyway. Go do due diligence yourself. Go get the research and you go behind this. You know what I'm saying?
And you will find out. See, and see that we know. See, you know what? Tell you something that my mom taught me. My mother told me that most people are either too lazy or too afraid to learn anything beyond what they've been told and indoctrinated to.
I can see that.
Yeah. Like I said, 1980, when things really start going downhill, Ronald Reagan destroyed the middle class. Before Reagan, the very richest paid at least 74% of their income in taxes. And CEOs took home just 30 times what their workers did. America's middle class was created because of that. Okay? Who was it? Eisenhower in the 50s. He's a Republican or whatever. He's white supremacist and all this, that, and the other. Eisenhower told the wealthy 1% that you are either going to invest your money in the country or I'm going to take it. They said, oh, the hell with you. He said, oh, you thought I was kidding. He took it. He raised their taxes up to 90%. You're not going to invest this money and do the right thing for the country? I'll take your money. Reagan cut taxes down on the richest to 28%. He also gutted the unions. Remember the air traffic controllers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The air traffic controllers went on strike and he fired all of them. And what did the rest of the unions do with their racist ass ignorance? Yeah. They backed Reagan. They took Reagan's side on that instead of joining with their fellow union brothers and shutting the country down and not letting that union get destroyed.
I mean, yo, the power.
Yeah.
The power lies in who has the power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you got the power, you can change people's mind and decisions very easily.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
See, here's the thing, right? And I said this several times, but the 1% has been fooling poor white people since the 1600s. Like I said, Ronald Reagan gutted the unions, and now CEOs, remember I said they make 30 times what the average worker makes.
Right.
Now they make 373 times what the average worker makes. You know what that leaves us to?
That's why I want to be a CEO. I don't have to be you don't have to be a worker. You can go get your own business and be that CEO that America made beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't think like that.
No, we don't.
We want to be the worker. We want to be the slave.
Because we're indoctrinated.
Right. And we don't want to go get the business and start the business up and get all the insurance and proper documents that you need to run a legit business. We don't want to do that.
Because that's hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hard. It's
applying
yourself.
It's applying yourself.
Exactly.
That's it. It's
work.
work.
You apply yourself just like you apply yourself to the job to go your 8 to 5, 9 to 6, whatever you working. You apply yourself to that. You take that block time out. Everybody know already, yo, she gonna be the worker at 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so that's already in your head. 8 o'clock, I gotta be in this seat.
And you know what it comes down to? Education. Because the education trains one.
Right.
They do not train people to think, they train them to remember.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They train them not to be producers, but to be subservient, submissive workers.
Right.
As long, and this is what the 1% wants, as long as they know enough to turn on and turn off the machine, we good. And just to show you.
Right.
The difference in education in other places. For instance, let's take Finland.
Okay.
Education in Finland, free universal health care and preschool until age 7. Education in America, 60% of poorest kids get no preschool. That's awful.
That's awful.
In Finland, there are no private schools. Equitable funding goes to all schools. That means all schools across the board are on the same level as far as resources, supplies, and so on and so forth.
You can actually see the citizenship in the country. It's about keeping the citizens right for the company to be able to run right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can really see that within the two things that you're saying. Like the country is really representing the citizens to survive, to be that they worth more than us, right?
Oh yeah.
So,
well, no, Finland is not. We got more money.
No, we don't have no
the
money.
Rich have more money here. Okay?
Yeah.
Finland don't play that.
Right. And I mean the country's richer than ours.
Oh yeah. They're richer socially, economically, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
All right. Here, private schools are for the rich. Public schools are for the poor.
Right. Supposedly.
Teachers in Finland, they get paid as much as doctors and lawyers.
They supposed to. They got the minds of the kids.
Right.
You know,
they have
the minds.
This is who we've entrusted with the minds of our children.
Right.
Teachers here get paid as little as possible.
If paid at all.
You know, and then they use their money to buy supplies to teach their class.
You know,
that they're not even.
That's just so ignorant. Man.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, really.
You know, now over in Finland, most students never take a standardized test. Here, high stakes standardized tests every year. All right? And these tests are, you know, if you know your school district doesn't have enough scores to satisfy this test, your funding is cut. What kind of crap is that? Now you're already substandard. You failed the test, so instead of giving you more resources and improving the situation,
Wow.
they cut the funding.
That's crazy.
Finland has the highest ranked students in the world. America failing in every international student ranking. They're last place or below, or it's awful. It's awful, and this is what we're doing.
But this is supposed to be America great again.
That's what. That's what. It's something going on. I hope we're on the air. Besides the.
I heard it's coming in.
You heard it coming in?
I heard you coming in.
Okay, because we're not hearing it in here for some reason. I got the thing, the monitor on, but it's not hitting in here.
Nah, but we probably it's on the radio.
Okay. All right. Well, just let me say this. I'm not comfortable with that.
You can hear us right on the radio.
Big up, York.
Yeah.
And we'll still take phone calls at 844-944-3953. That's word. Yes, indeed. By the way, the open night is brought to you by the Delaware Center for Homeless Vets, founders and builders of the Pearl Center, the Veterans Specific Apartment Building, Delaware Center for Homeless Vets, changing veterans' lives all over Delaware. I'm Patrice Gibbs.
I'm Nsoromma.
All right. Let's get it on.
844 WHGE 953.
Yeah, buddy.
What's good?
It was good. Good. Go ahead and check that.
I thought it was my taser. I thought it was my apartment. I thought I saw her with a gun. I thought he was selling Lucy. I thought she was there alone. I thought she was getting smart with me. They're thinking terrorism for us, and I'm tired.
I heard that, bro. I'm tired too. Like Martin said, I'm tired of marching for something that should already been mine. Remember, none of Chauvin's colleagues turned him in. He murdered a man in broad daylight, and we are here today because a brave black girl named Darnella Frazier kept taping despite threats from cops on the scene. They threatened her. She said, no. Can we give a round of applause for Darnella Frazier? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. She was only 17.
And still was a warrior, had a warrior soul.
Still had the warrior soul.
Stand up for what's right.
That's right. How many of y'all got that? Yep. We know Chauvin was convicted. Derek Chauvin was convicted of the murder of George Floyd, found guilty on all 3 counts.
And he should have got life, and I'm upset that he didn't, but it's cool.
Well, he hadn't been sentenced yet.
Oh.
Okay, and they're saying he's facing some 40 years.
I heard it was 12.
Yeah. Yep, you're hearing all sorts of different,
right now.
But I'll tell you this.
What?
And I got this from Sherry.
Sherry, what's good?
Yes,
hey, girl.
Sherry said, don't be too quick to celebrate just because he's been convicted. He ain't been sentenced yet.
Right.
Remember that. That's right. Remember that Amber Geiger down in Texas? The one that killed my man in his apartment? Murdered him. All right. She gets in court. It comes time for her sentencing. The judge came and
hugged her, licked her all on her neck.
Man,
yo, come on.
So don't be too quick to celebrate, because ain't no telling what these fools gonna do. And don't forget that in this white supremacist system, okay, there's always going to be the occasional sacrifice of a white person who is fringe or goes a little too far in public. And this is a way to make these situations about evil individuals and absolve the whole evil system. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, decline that. Decline. Hit the right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the air, bro, but I get with you. Well, I'm not sure if the tuner in here is working, but I'm on the air. All right. That was our illustrious leader.
That's right.
Mr. Harmon Carey. Okay.
Oh, this is live radio, so we're popping. We give you all the exclusive everything behind the scenes, under the scenes.
That's where you get it all right here. We,
Right.
you know, see that just show you how real we are. We ain't play fight.
We ain't playing.
That's word. Now, I tell you something. What is it? Congressional bill HR 40 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's the commissions bill, the reparations commissions bill. You know, it has proceeded through Congress. And, you know, we need America and Americans to understand that the descendants of Africans that were enslaved here are looking for true reparations, not anybody's appeasement. Okay? All you're going to do with these reparations is, you know, because what you're doing basically is this bill studies reparations. How long do we need to study reparations? Okay? We don't need to study it. We already know the reparations are due. We know what the reparations are about. The root word of reparations is repair. Okay, that's the root word. So fix the descendants who are due because of what our ancestors suffered. But let me tell you something about reparations. Yes, I definitely agree that we deserve reparations. Do I ever think we'll get them?
Okay. We say, and everybody say reparation, and then when they say, okay, what do you guys want, and what do you mean by wanting reparations? How can we give you this reparation? And what is your answer that reparations could be for our people?
Okay, like I said, the root word of reparations is repair.
Right.
Okay. Now, what a lot of people say is, oh, well, you give some black people money, they just gonna give it all back to the white man.
Right.
That might be true. Okay. But that ain't none of your damn business. They deserve the money. And there are enough of us.
Hold up, let me understand. So you saying it'd be better if they have a whole bunch of money in this bank, and then they come and give everybody $10,000, $100,000 or whatever, however much money, and then that person has their own thing to do with the money.
Right.
No.
Yes. And let me tell you why. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why it wouldn't work.
Okay.
Because we're already constitutional and we already stigmatized and we already brainwashed it that giving us the money wouldn't work. So it has to be a real community thing. Put up a black college where these black kids can go to school for free. And I mean, do black things for our black people. It ain't about the money. Money is nothing. It's about having the longevity of being able to educate our kids for 100 years. And, you know, to be able to house our people that can't work or handicapped, has been in the war and lost a leg or something, and don't have medical. We have a hospital that only take people with no insurance, like, you know, and the best doctors. We have to start thinking like that, not as
I agree to a great extent.
Has, you know, take this $10 that'll be going, or this $1 million. That's nothing. And plus, it's only to that one person. It's not designed for the people. Right. It has to be a people move, and that's what these politicians don't think like. They all think like themselves and individually, and we'll always be like this if we don't get our stuff together like they got their stuff together.
Right. Now you broke it down because, like I said, the root word is repair. But understand this,
right?
That our people were denied the ability to generate generational wealth. And generational wealth is generated, one, by owning property, okay?
Right.
However, just like Garvey said when he said, let's go back to Africa, there are some that we're not going to want to take back because they ain't no damn good. There are some that are not going to be wise with the money that you put in their hand. But there are many that are going to produce generational wealth. But here's the thing. We have to face the reality about the reparations situation, okay? About the reparations issue. I don't care how dirty I did you. I don't care how I dogged you. I don't care how long I enslaved your people.
Right.
I am not going to finance you and your empowerment to overtake me. I am not going to do that. There's no way in hell. And white America, white supremacist America is not going to finance the empowerment of black people, which is why we got to do for self.
what I'm saying.
Yep.
It ain't asking them to finance. Once the reparation come, or once they give us the ability to say, okay, we got this we got this $1 trillion. We got this $1 trillion. We got this $1 trillion,
which is available.
Right. We got this $1 trillion, and like LeBron, I big up him for the fact that it's like 200 kids that he affected with whatever he did.
Right, now, with his education.
But if you got 200 people doing that same thing or that same level of give back, it will see progress.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You have 200 athletes doing the same kind of thing that he was doing, and 200 actors, black actors, we'll see progress.
Right.
And we'll see the a lane where we can take our own, we can build our own lane. But we're not doing that. And all the people that has this money is not coming together to do that, to make their people better.
Well, you know what? Let's take Oprah for instance. See, LeBron is very great.
Right.
I give him big ups for the efforts that he made and for speaking out.
The warrior.
For the warrior, right. He has that warrior heart.
Right, still in him.
Now, you take someone like Oprah Winfrey, who is a billionaire, all right? Oprah Winfrey's billionaire money ain't come from just Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey got money from her white masters. Therefore, she is not allowed, and she is not going to do anything that's going to actually empower black people. Remember the Oprah Winfrey show. Remember her audience. Her audience was, for the most part, white middle-class women. That was her audience. That was her target audience. And she did well with that. Okay? But it didn't mean a damn thing to us. Just like, she still has her own channel. Excuse me. The Oprah Winfrey Network. You ever watch anything on the Oprah Winfrey? Somebody tell me who watched something on the Oprah Winfrey Network. Crickets. I'll wait. Yeah. Ain't nobody watching that crap.
Call it.
What's the number?
WHGE 953.
There it is. Call it. You've been watching Oprah Winfrey. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
All right. Now, the police officer that shot the 16-year-old girl. Okay.
Why do these police always pull up to the scene with black people and put their hand on the gun, and it don't be a taser grab first? I don't understand that. That's where they go wrong with me at. Don't come pulling up on the scene already in lethal mode. You're already ready to kill somebody when you get out the car. You already got your hand on the gun. The gun is lethal weapon. The taser isn't lethal. It stop you, but it's not lethal.
It's not lethal.
It won't kill you.
Right.
And they get out the car on kill mode. That is wrong when they come to the black community. And that is wrong, period.
Now, I'm going to tell you something about this shooting. When he shot her, and I looked at the video slowed down, when he shot her, she had her knife like that. They already stabbed this girl. All right. So the girl that was about to get stabbed might have said, I'm glad he shot her because she was going to stab me.
But she the one that came to beat her up.
Yeah.
The girl that she was getting ready to stab had a knife and she took it from her. You don't know.
You got to know the whole story.
You don't know nothing.
Right.
That's why he shouldn't have killed them.
Right. Like you said.
He wouldn't have killed the black
one. He would have tased her.
Right. He wouldn't have killed the white one. It would have been a totally different situation. It would have pulled up and it would have been like, what's going on? And then grab this taser. Don't you do that.
Right.
They give white people the ultimate 5,000 chances to
man.
Come on, man. That's wrong.
I saw a video where this white dude wrestling with two cops.
With a gun.
Yeah. How's that possible? And then he got the baton from one of them and beat the mess out of her. Right. And then jumped in the car and rode away.
Right. Didn't get shot at.
Didn't get shot.
No, that's ignorant. That's ignorant.
That's what that is.
Ignorant. That's why police is losing respect all over the world. when they totally lose respect, it's gonna be a problem because then they're gonna have to start fighting for their own lives.
Yep.
And that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's
Now,
crazy.
a Tennessee woman expressed regret for calling police on the black teen who was dating her daughter after he was fatally shot. Last week, it was reported that 17-year-old Anthony J. Thompson Jr. was shot and killed by police officers in the restroom of Austin East Magnet High School in Knoxville, Tennessee, after police responded to a call about a possibly armed student. Law enforcement officials originally reported that before he was killed, Anthony shot one of the officers. They originally reported that he shot one of the officers who had gone into the restroom with their guns drawn.
Yeah.
But later, they corrected the report saying that the bullet that hit the officer didn't come from Anthony's gun and that the gun had gone off during a struggle. They went in there with guns drawn and they murdered the boy.
And that's why they pull up on every scene with a black. If you say it's a black guy and buying flyers for his mom, they're going to pull up with the gun out.
Right.
Come on, man. Get out of here, man.
Now, the woman who called the police in the first place, who turns out to be the mother of Anthony's white girlfriend.
That's going to haunt her the rest of her life.
Good. Now she's apologizing for calling the cops. And she says she never indicated that he had a gun.
Right.
You know? Now she's talking about, they had fun together, and he was such a nice boy, and this, that, and the other, and so on and so. Let me tell you one damn thing.
That's crazy, man. If
you call the cops on me, I'm going to assume that you're trying to get me killed.
Of course.
You kiss my ass.
Okay, I was late. Miss Hughes. What's up? How you?
Yeah, that's weird, man.
So
you know, and I'm saying this now for those, our sisters, listen to me.
Listen.
You caught your man cheating. You went through his phone, this, that, and the other, and you had a problem. Okay, and when he gets home, you start cutting the food. This, that, and the other, and you want to fight, and this, that, and the other, and when he don't go for it and push you down, the first thing you do is call the cops.
No, that's not good.
That's not working, sister. If he cheating on you and you caught him, go ahead and let that go. Move on.
Pat Gibbs.
Go ahead and let that go.
Yeah, I mean, some stuff you have to be grown up, and you have to be a grown up in some situations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some situations don't need the police.
Right.
Some situations, police escalate any situation when you call. So if you call them, be either prepared to get shot or
whoever you call them on, watch a person get shot.
That's it.
That's what.
They're the only two things can happen.
Yep.
So it's better to be sovereign and protect yourself. You don't need to call the police to stop somebody from hurting you. Because by their 15 minutes of reaction time to get to you, you can be beat down, stabbed, killed, or also.
Right.
So I say always protect yourself.
That's all right. And brother,
definitely.
If she called the cops on you, get the hell out of Dodge.
Most definitely.
Get out of there. Leave.
Right. You don't
That's
wait for the police. We'll call them and I'm going to wait till they kill him.
Yeah, you're going to be a badass.
Yeah. Right. And they pull up, get out the car. Freeze! He got a gun! That was a lighter and a dust.
Man,
No, that's the most ignorant
that's right.
ever.
That's
especially
right.
The police supposed to. You have never, ever, ever, ever heard of them pulling up on a white scene in a white situation and the white person end up dead for nothing.
On the traffic stop.
And it's okay. You never heard that.
No,
so I'm tired of hearing it for our people.
That's right. You know it's going to have to stop.
Right. It's going to have to stop.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's just it.
And see, the way to stop it, now tomorrow, like I said, I announced tomorrow, there will be a march from Kingswood to Rodney Square.
Still marching, man?
Still marching.
What?
Still marching.
Do they got guns?
Nah,
they ain't got nothing. Do they got sticks? Anything? They got anything to fight with?
No.
Well, Okay, we
tired of marching.
We're marching weird out. Good plan.
Yep. You know, there is no way to be black in America, but there is one way we live while black in America. No matter
and
what our
scared.
That's right.
Yeah,
we live under siege.
That's right.
I'm tired of being under siege. I seen a brother taking out the trash. I might have mentioned this last week. He was taking out the trash. The cops come rolling up in the car. They got a report about domestic violence. Oh, well, man, it looks good enough. Yeah, let's grab him.
Yeah, anybody.
Pull
up, right. Yeah. First person they see.
First black man they see.
Right, he's a suspect.
He's a suspect. Just based on his skin.
They always put us as suspects first.
Right.
When they pull up, oh, here's a suspect. Get out the car.
Come to find out.
Come on, man.
Come to find out, the suspect was white. How many times has that happened?
I mean, and the people that the police or people that did it, they should be sued, man, and lose their job. I think these kind of people are very vicious people, man.
Now look, I'm gonna tell you. You know, we are good at hiding the stress that we deal with. Okay,
and we got no choice.
Yeah,
we get beat upside the head.
You know, but make sure you understand that all of us go through a mental calculus before we leave the house. And that is plan to come back home. If you got children, male or female, it used to be, you know, you just had to have the talk. You know what the talk is with your black male children. No. You have to have that talk with your black female children as well.
With your kids, period.
With your kids, period.
It's not a female or black thing.
Right.
I've seen a skit where it was a black family and the little girl was about 8, 7 and 8, and she didn't understand how and why she could be able to be killed for the color of her skin. She was crying her eyes out. You know how sad that made me?
I can only imagine, like, bro.
What answer could the parent give her to make that not true? If there's no answer.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and when we living in a society in America like that, we as individuals have to take the stand to not let these people do this to our kids and other people's kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you got a uniform on, you don't. If you're in the wrong, you're wrong. Right. Like Tupac said, or Tupac did, when he seen them beating up two guys jumping on this guy, it didn't matter. You didn't identify yourself as police officer. You're two guys trying to kill a guy. That's right. And I'm a citizen and I choose to help. That's it. And that's what we have to choose. We have to choose to help. We have to choose to help. You know? If we don't, we'll see all these people. That'll be, believe it or not, that'll be on your conscience forever, man. It would be on mine. I know that. Of course. I could not stand there and watch someone murdered. Right. And I could do something about it. You could have said, hey, stop, and went over there and kicked them upside the head. Which is what I probably would have did. Right. I mean, it's certain things you have to respond to. It's not just the hey. Yeah. Remember, I told you about the white guy watching the cops abusing this brother. Right? Or one cop was just beating the brother. Right. That white dude ran over there and hit that cop so hard. Right. It made my bladder weak. Right. I'm telling you, he knocked the hell out of him. And then he ran. Right. Okay, but guess what? He stopped the murder. Exactly. He stopped the murder. When they get enraged, the adrenaline be flowing, and you get cut on, and you just cut on because they practice to be cut on, in case they got to fight. So when they cut on, they really cut on. They really cut on. They hit you with the hardest force they can hit you with. That's right. And the extreme power they can hit you with, and that's not cool for a person that don't deserve it. No. Now I had mentioned earlier generational wealth. Right. Okay. How many of you have heard of Bruce's Beach? Look it up. Bruce's Beach? Bruce's Beach in California. Okay. During Prohibition era, Jim Crow era, all right, it was a family's black beach property, resort, and this, that, and the other. And the county took it. Yeah, you black people making too much money on this and this, that, and the other. Now they're giving it back to the family. Okay. Here's the thing. Bruce's Beach, and I'm going to go into this a little deeper next week. Bruce's Beach, the founders of that, their descendants should have grew up rich. Because that property was worth millions and they were making money. Making it a black resort, saying, hey, you ain't got to go to the white beach. Come over here where you can have fun. We're going to treat you right. This, that, and the other, and blacks were coming. Right. Whites saw that.
The white government saw that, white supremacists saw that, and they said, hey, we got to put a stop to this. And that property is way too valuable for them black people to have.
Right.
So they took it. But now they supposedly are giving it back to the family, and the descendants of the founders of Bruce's Beach should be living quite comfortably from now on. And so it should be. All right. Let me see here, because we're getting winded now, so I'm going to deal with this right now. Okay. Colorado judge had to step down after saying the N-word and all lives matter at work. A judge in Colorado has agreed to resign after using racial slurs from the bench, including the N-word. Okay. It
was a lady?
Oh, yeah, it was a female. It was a female, okay? And one of her complaints was, how come black people can use the N-word and I can't? I don't understand it. You know, she expressed confusion on why black people cannot.
And this is a person with 15 PhDs.
Mm-hmm. That's a law degree. Yeah,
you know, all
and she on the bench,
right? And you on the bench, and you're in control of people's livelihood. You don't understand that
and
simple
freedom,
thing, right?
You know,
and you can't understand that simple thing right there.
Yeah,
come on, man.
You know, and so imagine you a black man, and you get convicted of something, and you stand in front of her. Guess what? She's going to throw the book at you, the shoe. She's going to throw the chain. She's going to throw the ironing board and the iron at you.
And that's my thing. When you got these judges giving these unfair decisions and rulings out to these black people keeping their businesses going, who do you talk to and who do you go to go after those judges? Right. Those people that do these harsh decisions on the most minorest things. Yeah. Who do you you're supposed to be able to afford to the judicial committee. We're supposed to get information to people that needs that. Right. That's what we need. So what you do is you file a complaint with the judicial with the disciplinary board. Yeah. Okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, but remember, just like I tell you when you're dealing with a coin-appointed defense attorney, that you are dealing with officers of the court who are colleagues. They friends. Coffee, tennis, baseball, soccer. Right. You know. Now her confusion about wanting to say the N-word. Let me tell y'all something, dear white people. Let me tell you something. You do not have permission to use the N-word or use the N-word with an A or ER. Not in a song, not in a joke. Don't come telling me no N-word joke. I'm telling you, don't do it unless you got bodyguards and they better be armed. Not trying to be cool, because it's not cool. You're not being hit or funny. It's not funny to use the word because you use the word as part of the wretchedness that white people impose on black people. White people are not allowed to use the N-word because black people do so. And whether black people use the N-word with an ER or an A it's an intra-family debate. And it's none of your business. All right, it's an intro that's between us. It's none of your business. Now, I think the word should be banned. Do you? Yeah. Okay. I could go with you to a set. It's $1,000 fine. Oh, I can go with that. The third time it's time in jail, and the fourth time you caught, you get hung or killed. I mean, you mean white people's? I mean. Even period, it should be a banned word even for us. Okay, let me tell you why I'm not. Word, period. And I hear you. Right, we just had a lawyer. I'll get his name next week for you. All right, that had filed a lawsuit that had the N-word removed from the dictionary. Okay. The NAACP years ago had a funeral for the N-word and they buried it. And guess what? We're still using it. I'm going to tell you something about the N-word, okay? You have people that don't have their own businesses.
that don't control their own community, that don't control their own politics. You know what that is? That's an N-word, because the social construct that makes that word a reality is still in place. And as long as the social construct is still in place, America is an N-word making machine. It is turned, we did not start out as N-words. America turned us into N-words. And until we remove the social construct that makes that word a reality, it's always going to be with us. You'll feel me on that. Well, brother.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
It is new time. That means time for us to rock and roll. Listen, me and Nsoromma don't always agree, all right? But don't get it mixed. Don't roll up on me and Nsoromma arguing and hit one of us. We'll beat your ass.
They be calling them on us.
That's right. Oh, man. Louise. Look, a glass that is full cannot hold more water. It got to be empty first, okay?
Right.
Get rid of this. Them chains. Don't remove the kink from your hair. Remove the kink from your mind. Mm-hmm. Destiny determines who enters your life, but you decide who stays. Therefore, value those who value you, and don't treat those as a priority who treat you as an option.
I'm Nsoromma.
I'm Patrice Gibbs.
WHGE 95.3 FM.
The open eye. All right. Thanks for joining us, y'all.
Thanks for joining.
We are out of control. We are out of here. All right, all right. Yeah. I'm putting some music on.